The town of Halton Hills has proclaimed this week as Talk to a Stranger Week, joining communities across Canada in supporting Genwell's national campaign to foster human connection and combat social isolation. Talk to a Stranger Week encourages residents to embrace the power of a simple interaction like saying hello, sharing a smile, or striking up a conversation with someone new, and also goes against everything my mom taught me with the rule, don't talk to strangers. So this morning I chatted with Halton Hills Mayor Lawlor about the upcoming budget, but first had to ask about this week of stranger danger.
So all my life I've been talking to strangers, and you know what? I think I've done pretty well by that. It's absolutely made me a happier person because there are so many things that unfold when you meet new people. And, you know, we used to say to our kids, there are no strangers in this world of ours, just friends we haven't met yet. And I live by that. I truly do. And so I was delighted when I saw that Genwell, a national charity that has to do with well-being and encouraging happiness in people, when they promoted this, I thought, yes, I'm in. I want this to work. And I've heard from some of our residents too, particularly one of our crossing guards, who also every single day interacts with strangers. And he's one of the nicest guys. And he makes it his mission to spread smiles in our community. And I've heard from other residents too, who say I'm on it. And so I've decided every day this week, I'm going to go out and I'm going to just hit the main street and talk to people only for a minute, but try to share that sense of small town living at its best, which is our Town of Halton Hills tagline.
Well, Mayor Lawlor, I get the feeling that you're not going to get away with just a minute. I mean, if the mayor came up to me and said hello, I think I'd have a few things to say.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that happens. I'm really looking forward to it because I believe that line about there are no strangers. And, you know, if you greet someone in a positive way, even if it's a smile or a hello or a let me help you with that, it brightens your day and everyone's, and it starts us off in a positive footing.
All right. Well, it's definitely, as you said, a little bit of small town living at its finest there. It's got that charm to it, which Halton Hills does. But that doesn't mean that we can't get away from not talking about budgets here, because the 2026 budget is upon us. And even a small town has to have a budget. Let's talk about the tax increase here. What's the tax increase, and overall, are you satisfied with it?
Well, yes, I am satisfied with it. What our target is, and started from the outset, is about 3.5% tax increase for residents of Halton Hills for town services. Now, when we add in regional services and the police and education, that is perhaps going to bring it up to closer to 5% tax increase for people. But what we're feeling is that while I wish it were overall 3% or 3.5%, you know, without those other services, if we don't invest in our community, we are kicking the can down the road and we are leaving things in poor repair. We are inviting trouble because in the future, those services, those pools need to be maintained, those roads need to be smooth and easily drivable. And if we don't make those investments, then members of our community aren't happy. Frankly, bottom line.
Now, I get the feeling that, okay, so you are very satisfied with the budget. However, it is a proposed budget at this point. So do you believe that there will be any changes as we proceed forward before it's finalized?
I think there very well could be. I mean, all members of council are responsible for this budget. They all can bring in amendments, and then there is a majority of vote of council which determines where the budget is going to, where it's going to land. And I would be quite reluctant to suggest that anybody might have some other ideas about where things might go. So yes, I think there could be a few changes. I don't think there will be much of a change in the target. I don't see a big tax increase that any member of council will propose because frankly, things are kind of tight out there. I'm very conscious that people are nervous about the economy, that they are seeing that inflation is significant, that household expenses are certainly higher than they were last year. And so I don't see an appetite for any big increases at all.